Okay, Itamakskanaatoni, good morning. It is Thursday, October 26, 2017, in the lunar cycle Itatstoi, when cold arrives, the first winter moon. And it's pretty cold this morning. I mean, I'm still in shorts and sandals, but it's in the -0 temperatures. North Pond here at Spopikami is all iced over. I've just come out here to leave some meat offering for the magpies and ravens and such. Some leftovers from our ceremony that we had during the weekend that we were not cleaning up quick enough, and rather than waiting for it to go bad, I'm gonna bring it out here and let the birds cache it away, because they'll make use of it over the coming week. We're gonna get some snowfall and some colder weather, so I know that they'll break this stuff apart, stash it in the trees, and then they'll have it when that cold weather hits as an energy source. Any case, figured I would make a quick Thursday weekly update video while I'm out here. It's going to be very brief because there's not a lot to report that hasn't made its way onto my YouTube channel already. Just going in a linear fashion through the week. Friday I was committed to going around on my scavenger hunt to get all of the materials and resources that we needed for our weekend ceremonies, the beaver bundle ceremonies. So we were going to have a sweat on Saturday, and then the beaver bundle closing the public ceremony on Sunday. And so I ran around, as you may have seen on my video from that day, gathering those resources. But before I went out and did that, I actually went, physically running. I ran about 9-10 kilometers in Indian Battle Park on the other side of the river, and so named after after one of the last big battles between the Cree and the Blackfoot here. Any case, I went running and I stubbed my foot, as it were, on a tree root on one of the trails. Tree root was kind of sticking up out of the trail, and I didn't lift my foot high enough, and the ball of my foot whacked it really good on my left foot, and so I had a deep bruising, a lot of pain, well, deep bruising, and just I didn't, it's hard to walk on because it was bruised and sore and swollen and stuff. But I toughed it out. Didn't do any more running until today, so it was almost a week kind of to heal up before I felt good enough to run again. And then today I went running, felt just fine. So barefoot running, of course, all the way. So yeah, there was a little injury at the beginning of the week. Didn't stop me from my other kind of physical training and stuff. I've been recording, as I used to, my training bits on video, and probably once every 2 weeks or so I'll throw a montage out there for those that have been with the channel a long time, that are following that stuff too and are interested in that, in the martial arts and in fitness. So about every 2 weeks I figure I'm going to kind of put out some training montage videos, and maybe a little bit something in between, if I feel like there's something interesting to put together. Like the other week I did a kind of just a real simple kettlebell circuit that I thought would be good as a video. But yeah, I'm trying to get back into shape. Don't know why I chose the winter to do that. The summer I just pretty much let myself go, run a couple of times a month or something. But no, I want to get back into more shape and get feeling healthy again. In my game that I play with myself, it's very notable what kind of domains of my health are strong and what are weak. Kind of the relational domains, my relationship to other humans, my relationship to the animals, the ecology, and my spiritual practices, they're all very strong. Like I'm scoring every day, I'm doing something in those regards to bring myself up. And in fact, I'm gonna quote-unquote level up this week, no doubt, in at least one of those domains. And I got to figure out what I want to do for level 2 of my little salubrious indulgence game that I'm inventing as I play along. But yeah, I'm really strong in those suits. But when it comes down to the the basics about the body, like the physical fitness, the nutritional fitness, you know, the cognitive fitness, things that are much more kind of tangible and in-house. The stuff that a big part of the stuff that you know, helps you live happily too, you know, being healthy of body. That stuff I'm really terrible at, especially the nutritional side. I've been doing fairly good throughout the month of October. I decided to do that kind of sober October thing where you just don't have any alcohol, any intoxicants, right? So that's gone fairly well, but I noticed that I'm keeping a lot of sugar in my diet all the same. Like my gut biota is not changed too much, probably because in the late evenings I binge on snack foods, sugar heavy things, even candy, but things like potato chips and not really potato chips, like tortilla chips. Sometimes some breads and stuff like that I'll throw in there in the evenings. Cookies, I bought myself a package of cookies and I finished those off in like 2 days, a dozen cookies. Yeah, my nutrition kind of sucks. I mean, it's not as bad as some people's, but it's not what I want it to be. So I got to work on that a little bit more, and maybe, you know, I don't know. I don't want to take away from any of the other ones to work on that, but there's, you know, I got to develop some more cognitive fortitude so I can exercise some discipline and change my habits in eating and get back on track with my physical fitness as well, which I've been starting to do. I got to give myself credit for that. I've been maintaining some fitness activities a lot more than I had in the last years. I was kind of repairing my body from an injury that I got trying to vault over a fence and getting caught and landing on my hip, and still hurts for me to sleep. I never saw a doctor about it, but I think there's tendon issues or ligament issues, probably tendon issues on at least one of the large muscles going between my hip and my knee area, that when I lay down it causes a lot of pain and stuff. When I'm sleeping, I sometimes have to wake up and shift around and I'm in pain. Any case, we had our ceremony on the weekend. The ceremony went very well, and for us it was a big deal for two reasons. One, it's the first time that we've had our ceremony in I think 2 years, our public ceremony. We do private kind of ceremony every day with the bundle, but our public ceremony we hadn't had for a couple years as a result of dealing with grieving with deaths and just a little bit of fear. You know, we don't have an elder anymore. Our elder passed away, and so we had to run these ceremonies ourselves. Yeah, the sweat and the public ceremony for the beaver bundle both. And that was very intimidating. Like, I'm a guy who I'm pretty used to performing in front of people, getting up and doing public speaking and that kind of thing. But when it came to running a ceremony, I didn't really want to be there, be in that position yet. You know, I might have envisioned myself down the road, but the way things work is the way things work, and in order for that ceremony to run, it was time for me to run it, to step up into that seat, and I was able to do it, and I think I did pretty well. But it has also motivated me to want to do some more learning so that I'm serving that role better than I was able to this last time around. So that was Saturday, Sunday. Monday was more just kind of a recovery day. We were both burnt out, Mahoney and I. She tried to go to work but wasn't able to go for too long, and then we both pretty much just lazed around. Recovered from our ceremony over the weekend, and then Tuesday, well, one of the things went I did Monday that wasn't too lazy was I came out here. I met with one of my students, took a walk around. I think I came out again on Wednesday, yesterday, with a group of city workers who are trying to get more familiar with the different parks and services and such, just facets of Lethbridge. So they brought a group of them to me. This is the second year in a row that I've done this. Had a group of city workers that I brought out here and just kind of give them a tour and help them see what I see in this place. And so I did that yesterday. That was fun. Been trying to work a little bit on my contract with Lethbridge College, my research contract, but I gotta admit this week I've kind of been negligent, I guess would be the word. I've been easily distracted. It's been hard for me to sink myself into the literature review and such. Today I've already done a little bit this morning, maybe a little bit over an hour of work on that. Now I've got to take a break and come out here and do a couple of things, and then I'll go back to work. I need to really, that's another area where I need to really discipline myself, to put aside, so many hours a day, even if it's just 4 or 5 hours a day, just to really commit to my work. I started paragraph 1 is done on a book that I envision about the rattlesnakes of Lethbridge. That's going to be kind of a longer term project. I think it'll take me a couple of years probably to write it, what I'm thinking about writing. But yeah, I've got something on paper now as a starting point for that. What else this week? What else? Belle's been with me all week. Yeah, I guess that's about all that I have to report. On the wildlife side of things, the coyote that was hurt last week has no longer been around here. The deer who I checked out last night, who seemed to have problems in one of the neighborhoods, I checked this morning. He's moved on his way. I don't know where he's gone to, but he's out of the zone where he was potentially threatening to children and stuff. And so, whatever's happening with him, hopefully he'll be okay. And Mandy, broken jaw rattlesnake, is doing pretty good. She was looking a little hungry again, kind of moving around the cage, around the enclosure, looking to me like a hungry snake. So I tossed another mouse in there, but she didn't really want anything to do with it, so I ended up having to extract it again, give it to one of the ball pythons. Yeah, so that's about it for my update. Not a whole lot of big stuff going on. Oh, last thing, I guess, my mom phoned me, I think Tuesday, and asked whether or not I would be willing to fly out to Oregon to visit with her and my dad and my brother out there, which I haven't done for a couple of years. Well, actually, I visited with my brother last year. He went to Standing Rock with me in the winter, in December last year. So I've seen him recently. My folks I saw a couple of years ago. They came to visit me here. It's been quite a long time since I've been to Oregon to visit them. might even be like 5 years, not sure. So I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna fly out for a quick, like just a long weekend kind of a visit. Probably have one day of adventure in the Oregon mountains with my brother, and other than that, just hang out with my mom and dad. My mom recently had a medical issue where she was hospitalized, and so I kind of felt bad that I wasn't there because it was scary, I guess. And she's recovering now and everything, but I don't know if that kind of prompted it or what, but yeah, I guess it's time for our family to kind of get together and spend a few days together. So I'm probably gonna do that mid-November sometime, something like that. And I think now that's all the news. nothing really funny or interesting happened this week. It just, that was my week. So I just keep it like that, relatively short, and move into the next week and see what happens.